Okay, sorry about that. I got cut off again. We were in the middle of doing a global search. Let me start that over again just to show you what I was doing. Down here at the bottom of the screen is this little search tool. And what I'm going to do is type in friend because I want to say happy birthday, friend. And as soon as I type that, it's going to come up, whoops, shouldn't have put the space in. It's going to come up with all my stamps that say friend. And I can just browse through here. And that is how I found the friend that I added on to my stamp brush set. And now oh, here it is, under Family Reunion. And that's included in your software. So it's not an extra download. And I just colored that Whisper White and stuck, I'm sorry, not Whisper White, Very Vanilla. And added it onto my tag. So here we go. All right. And then once I got that all done, I used my shift key once again to do the friend stamp, the border stamp, and the punch. And then I went up here to arrange group. Once they're all grouped together, I can make it a little smaller, rotate it, and put a drop shadow on. To do the drop shadow, once you've grouped it, you actually have to select punch because that's the last layer and hit drop shadow. And then it'll go ahead and put that punch on. Okay, so the last thing we need to do, last few steps here, go back to embellishments. You know, I'm going to stick in this bow while we're at the baker's twine because we're going to need that eventually. I'll just put it up here. I am now going to go to Antique Brads, and that's where I got this little brad that I put in. And we're going to go ahead and stick the bow on top of that. And again, since we put the bow on first, we have to say bring to the front because it always puts the last thing you did on the front. And you know, on yours, your completed version, give it a little tilt. You can put a drop shadow underneath that and the brad too, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, then I'm going to use my global search tool again to type in happy birthday, and that'll bring up all the happy birthdays that you've got in your stamp brush sets and your embellishments. And the one I used was from the World Spectacular, which means it's probably way down here on the bottom. And so I'll just hit insert. Again, you can use any one you want. Now, this wasn't exactly sized, I believe, where I wanted it to. So what I ended up doing was cropping it. And I did, you know, one punch for the happy and then another one for the birthday. And that way I can manipulate it a little bit better. And then I did a Control C, Control V to copy it for the bottom and went back to my crop tool and switched it down to the birthday portion. And I think I even made this a little bit bigger just to kind of add a little variety here. Colored both of those soft suede to start out with. I'm just going to hit my shift key and do them both at the same time. And let's see. So, yeah, I think I did it. No, you know what? I think I did it craft. Misspoke there for a second. So we'll make that craft. And then I'm going to click off and click back onto the happy birthday. And I use the coloring tool to go in and select the eggplant envy and actually color these little swirls over here. I'm just going to go over them really fast. You can see I made a little mistake there. Got a little bit of the happy. If you do something like that, just hit craft and you can fix it and say, okay. The last thing we want to do is go to the embellishments and select Brad's. Open that up, and I went down to my Eggplant Envy Brad's right here. I put on, let's see, I put on one. You can either put on 3 or just copy and paste again. And then once again, I used that align tool to get them all in perfect alignment. So once I got them all kind of where I thought they should be, I hit my shift key, highlighted them all, went up here to the top, said arrange, align. First I did the left, and then I did space evenly vertically, and then I grouped them. And oh, I added a drop shadow too. And then I moved them down here for placement. Okay, so that is basically the front. I know I didn't do these last things of Baker's Twine, but you get the gist of what I did. For the inside was really simple. I just filled it with Very Vanilla. This punch here is, I'll show you where that is. It's called the Top Note, and it's under your labels and tags. If you open that up, it's all the way to the bottom, Top Note shape. So that's what I used. I just dragged it in and rotated it, made it a little smaller. And then I added stitching along the top, cropped it again. And then for the greeting, oh, and these 2 stamps here are from Artistic Etching. This is the same circle we used on the front, and this is we used that stamp on one of our calendar items. This circle stamp is at 80%, and it's craft, and this is soft suede. For the greeting, this came from Bring on the Cake. Again, you can use whatever you want. And because it was all in one line from Bring on the Cake, I actually cropped it. And let me bring that one up just to show you what I did. Here we go. And it was down here. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's this one. Wishing you a wonderful day. And so what I did was do the crop tool, and I actually cropped it twice, and I did wishing you and added that, and then the next time I did a wonderful day, so that I could split it up like that. Okay, so that should finish it off for this month. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or call me, and hope you create some great projects. Thanks a lot.